Hi, and welcome back to Mineral City TV. I'm your host, Raymond Hall. The sun's come out, it's a much brighter, beautiful day. We're going to stay in Building A, and we're going to talk about the Mineralogical Record, the most popular and arguably most important publication in the mineral world. Everyone loves it. We've already talked about it a couple times in a few different interviews here. Let's go on inside and have a talk with Chris. He's an editor of the Mineralogical Record, and he's going to tell us all about some new issues and supplements coming out. Chris?
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for being on the show. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself first?
So I'm a geologist by training. I have worked with a lot of minerals over the years and been a serious mineral collector for about 20 years now. And I've been with the Mineralogical Record now for 2 years, researching and producing some of the articles that you've been reading. You've probably seen my name in some of the articles over the last couple of years, and we've got a lot more coming.
All right, well, awesome. Great. Let's talk about the latest issue first.
Okay, so this is our latest issue, January, February, Mogok. So if you're not familiar with it, Mogok, Burma is known for producing some of the best rubies and sapphires in the world, as well as ruby spinels, and quite a lot of other things. This is a 100-plus page article
Beautiful photos,
detailing the
as
history
always.
and geology, and really documenting extensively some of the wonderful minerals that have come from Mogok.
So that gives you all just an idea of, the great information and beautiful photos that come in these great publications. Can you tell us a little bit about the history of the Mineralogical Record? When it started, how it started?
Sure. So the Mineralogical Record was founded in 1970 by John White, who was a Smithsonian curator. Shortly thereafter, he brought on Wendell Wilson to help with it, who eventually took the magazine over, and Wendell continues to run the magazine today. I was brought on 2 years ago to assist Wendell and help keep the magazine going as Wendell approaches retirement. And
It just seems to keep getting better and better. I'll just say that myself. Every publication, just mind-blowing photos and information. I just can't say thank you to you guys enough for putting this together for everyone. So let's talk about some of these back issues. You guys kind of stop by. We're in front of in front of room A9, and you can sign up with subscriptions and pick up back issues. So talk a little bit about what's still available here.
So this is the entire 2021 run. We had a great year as usual. Some of the cover articles included the Husky Mine in the Yukon Territory with its wonderful polybasalts and stephanites with iridescent coatings. The giant gold specimen from the Beta Hunt Mine in Australia. The Medina aquamarines from Brazil, some of the finest aquamarine crystals ever found anywhere. The Oliva mines in Spain that produce some of the world's finest sphalerite specimens. The Milpias mine in Mexico,
Which we talked about in one of our earlier interviews. We talked to Evan Jones.
who was, the lead author on that, did a wonderful job. And then the most recent Elba tourmaline finds that Federico Pezzotta did over the last few years.
And that's the type locality for tourmaline.
Elbaite tourmaline, exactly right. So,
great year of issues here for sure. So not only do you do the regular issues, there's also supplements and special editions and books and all sorts of stuff. So let's talk about some of those.
We do a lot of that. So supplements are special issues of the magazine that are paid for by participants to show off some of their specimens. And the participants pay for those supplements to be distributed as free gifts to all subscribers to the Mineralogical Record. So it's like a little bonus. The new one that we've got coming is called Eureka, Self-Collected Minerals. We have over 90 participants who have submitted photos of specimens they've collected themselves.
Wow.
It's a 400-page supplement, and it will be coming out with the next issue of the magazine, the March-April issue. So if you're a subscriber, you're going to get that for free. It's got a $40 cover price because of its huge size.
Sounds big.
So, and that's a great time to talk about the subscriptions. So subscriptions to the magazine for the paper magazine are $80. So if you get your subscription now, that supplement's already half your subscription price plus the 6 issues you're going to get throughout the year.
Sounds like a pretty good deal.
We're also very excited because we've just launched a digital version of the magazine that you can do. Digital subscriptions avoid shipping costs, avoid issues with shelf space that your magazine might take up, mailing problems, all of those other issues. They're emailed to you as soon as the magazine goes to the printer. So you get it a good 2-3 weeks ahead of the print magazine anyways.
Great, and you can read it anywhere, on your phone, on your tablets,
correct.
on your computer at home, wherever you are. You don't need to take the magazine with you.
Indeed. And so digital subscriptions are $54 a year, or you can add them onto your paper subscription for $24.
Awesome. All right, well, let's talk about this new book we have here.
This is Wendell Wilson's newest book. It's sort of mineral adjacent, not really minerals themselves. It's a treatise on miners' candlesticks. So for a long time, this was the way that miners lit their work. And the book covers everything from the very simple utilitarian candlesticks to some incredibly fancy and complicated things that people made.
Wow.
Mostly probably for decorative use rather than for actual underground use. And the book covers all the miners' candlesticks that are known up to now.
And he did all the illustrations himself, correct?
Yes, a lot of them are hand-drawn illustrations by Wendell himself. There's also an extensive look at the history of miners' candlesticks, both of their legitimate and illegitimate use.
Very cool book.
And this is available for $75.
All right, so what else we have on the shelf over here?
This was released during the pandemic, so not a lot of people have seen it. This is a 3-volume set, 50 years of what's new in minerals. What we've done is we've taken all of the What's New in Minerals columns that are an ongoing column that we run in the Mineralogical Record that has been going since the inception of the magazine in 1970. Mm-hmm. And we've taken all of the columns for the first 50 years and compiled them into this 2-volume book set.
It's quite impressive.
And made that available in this wonderful hardbound book that you can have on your shelf. And the most important thing we've done to really make this a useful reference is we've added an index. So if you're curious, for example, say when the first cavensites came to the market, you can look up cavinsite in this index, find that first report,
and that'll be what's new in minerals.
Who had the first cavensites, what they were charging for them, and you'll be shocked by the numbers.
I'm sure.
And then if you care, you can actually see as they talk about, oh, there's more and more of them, and they're getting more and more inexpensive and more available. And so you can see basically a snapshot of the last 50 years of all the minerals that have been coming to the market and who had what when and all of that. And so it's a wonderful reference if you're really interested in the history of mineral collecting.
It's really a fantastic collection. Before we wrap up, I think we should just take 1 second to talk about the Fleischer's Glossary.
Sure. So the Fleischer's Glossary is basically a list of mineral species and basic information. It's a pocket, sort of a pocket reference.
A large pocket reference, we'll say.
Yeah, you need big pockets. The 2018 is the most recent one.
Really useful information for anybody in the hobby.
Indeed. And these are available for $20.
Awesome. All right, well, I want to thank you so much, Chris, for being on the show. It was great hearing about the magazine, the history. We all recognize it. So many of us read it everywhere we go, actually. I've brought 3 with me on the airplane to read while I was on my way here. So we're going to be back today at 3 p.m. for one more show. And then don't forget, 6 p.m. tonight here at Mineral City, we're going to have a party food food and beer at several different locations. Should be a great time. Hope to see you there. Thanks, everyone.